Say hi. Hi, everybody.
Oh, crap. She was recording that. So that doesn't do me any good. You're fine. You're like...
Okay. Ready? Okay. Is it our right to die when we choose? My specific purpose of my speech to you guys today is to persuade you guys that aggressive euthanasia should be legal in all 50 states. We as Americans, I think, have the legal right to end our life when we're suffering from a terminal illness or our desire to continue living ceases. Amen. Via aggressive euthanasia. Okay, I'm going to read you guys something real quick. The enumeration in the Constitution of certain rights shall not be construed or denied to disparage others retained by the people. So what I just read right now was the 9th Amendment of the Bill of Rights. And this amendment was added to keep the government from violating rights that weren't specifically protected in the Constitution. So do we as Americans receive these rights? You guys are willing to decide on that. The 9th Amendment is said to be really vague, and certain issues such as euthanasia and other things as gay marriages or other things have been fallen under this, the same amendment. So let's start off with what euthanasia is. Euthanasia is exactly the practice of ending one's life due to unbearable pain and suffering. And there's 3 different types. The first one is passive euthanasia. This involves withholding common treatments to which you know will end somebody's life. So something like surgery. You know that they're going to need surgery or they're going to die. That's passive. Or withholding antibiotics or medications. Next is non-aggressive, which involves withdrawing somebody from life support, which I'm sure you guys have heard somebody who's done it before. They pull the plug on them, and then they're going to die. And the aggressive euthanasia is what I specifically am talking about, which they use lethal drugs or force to kill somebody. So, euthanasia now is being practiced in different parts of the world. Oregon has, it's legal. It's not aggressive, but it's still legal to do. And California and Texas tried doing it as well, but they were denied. In places like Switzerland, Belgium, Spain, and Thailand, it's legal. I'm not sure what the form is, but in Switzerland, as long as the patient has nothing else to gain, they're free to do it. Now, some of you guys have probably heard of Dr. Kevorkian, I'm sure. And I'll tell you why. He's most famous for practicing aggressive euthanasia. And in 1991, the state of Michigan actually revoked his medical license because he was so outspoken of what he wanted to do. He wanted to help people as far as that were terminally ill to kill themselves. And between 1990 and 1998, he helped people kill themselves. About over 100 people with terminal illnesses. But the patients, in the end, took their own lives. They had an IV in, they would inject themselves, and they would die that way. Or they had like a gas mask on them, and they would hit a button, and it would release carbon monoxide, which they wouldn't inhale. But they ended up taking their own lives. He was sent into prison in 1999 for the murder of someone. His name was Thomas Yauk. He was 52. He was suffering from ALS, which is amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, which most people probably know as Lou Gehrig's disease. This disease it's really bad. You lose pretty much every function of your body. You lose your muscle movement. You can't do anything. And when it gets far enough into the stages, the only thing you can really move is your eyes. You can't move your body. So he sought out Dr. Kevorkian, and this disease also usually kills people within 3 to 5 years, and they die usually of respiratory failure. So he sought him out and told him, I don't want to live anymore. The difference was that he couldn't really move his arms. So Dr. Kevorkian had to inject him on his own. So he first injected him with something to stop his breathing. Then he put him to sleep first. Then he stopped his breathing and stopped his heart. So that's what got him kind of, to where he got sent to prison, was because he in the end had to do it. But Thomas Yauk, he was afraid of choking. He didn't want to live. He'd been suffering for this disease already for years. And he signed a consent form and everything. And Dr. Kevorkian still got sent to prison for helping him die, because he didn't want to live anymore with his illness. And that's what got him in prison, because Dr. Kevorkian taped this, and he put it on 60 Minutes, and he went on there and showed everybody, and that's why I'm getting sent to prison. So, was he wrong for practicing aggressive euthanasia? I don't think so. I think we should be able to die when we want to. If it was me, or you, or one of your parents or your grandparents, would you want them to suffer? Probably not. So, I hope that I've given some strong justification as to why aggressive euthanasia should be legalized. Thank you.
Okay, you're free.
Cheers.